Hello. Welcome back. We are still doing asset disposal. So in this video, I will explain the format. This format is good for TUT students. So all TUT students, Harankua or anyway, any TUT student, including Bombela. So so these formats are for you. Remember, this is accounting 1A. So I will break down and explain the formats for asset disposal. So usually we are asked to open 4 accounts. The first account is an asset account. It's an asset account. It can be machinery. Sometimes it can be vehicles. It can be equipment. It can be any asset. The second account is a accumulated depreciation account. The third account is a depreciation account. The fourth and the last account is an asset disposal account. So remember, we have 4 accounts to open. The first account is an asset account. It can be machinery, it can be vehicles, it can be equipment, it can be any asset. The second account is an accumulated depreciation account. So we record the depreciations. I will explain more about it. So then we have depreciation, and then lastly we have asset disposal. Let's start with the asset account. So this is your T account. For example, in this video I'll make an example with machinery. So then machinery. So we have a machinery here, we have a debit side, we have a credit side this side. So I'm explaining the format, right? So you should know that. So every time under machinery or under asset account, we'll have a balance brought down here. So then you will have your amounts there. So from there, if we purchased any machinery or any asset, if we purchased the cash, we will have bank. If we purchased we'll have bank. If we purchased it on credit, we will have creditors control. We'll have creditors control. And if it is as bank, under a document will be CPJ. If we bought it on credit for cash, on credit, you will have CJ, and then you write your amounts here. Please always know this. First of all, you will have your balance brought down. It's an opening balance. Second, if the machinery, if the vehicle that was bought for cash, then you write bank. Always in accounting, you must know that cash represents bank. So if it happens that you bought it on credit, then you have your creditors control, and then under your document you have CPJ. If it is cash, you have your CJ. If we bought it on credit, so then you will write your amount. They will give you in the questions. So I think in the next video we'll be doing example number 1. So don't worry. So then we are done with this side. We come to the credit side. In the credit side, always here you'll have your asset disposal. Then it's general channel. Then these are your amounts. So is asset disposal this side? What are asset disposal? I explained in the first video. Asset disposal is to get rid of. Asset disposal is to sell, is to proceed. So that is asset disposal. So here is you write the okay. Let me tell you something. Under this account, all the amounts that we record here are original cost. If we bought this machinery, we write or we record the original cost. Here, asset disposal, you record the original cost. I hope we are clear on that one. Okay, let me represent here original cost. Don't forget this. Don't forget to remember this. So, is original cost. Every amount you record under this account is an original cost. So, asset disposal, you don't write the amount that we received when we sold the asset, but you write the original cost. So that's why we have your there. So then now we have balance carried down. We have balance carried down. Remember, a balance carried down is a closing balance. A balance carried down is a closing balance. So then after you are done, so then you balance your account. You balance your account. The site that you have brought down, always it will be the big site. Then you add the balance brought down with your amount. You add these two amounts, then they will give you this amount. This amount, you take it to the other side, gonna give you this amount. Then now you do the balancing figure to get the balance carried down. How are you going to do it? You take this amount, you subtract it here, like the asset disposal minus this amount, then you will get your balance carried down. From there, you are done with a machinery account. Then accumulated depreciation account. Likewise, you have your debit side here, you have your credit side here. So then this is an accumulated depreciation account. So accumulated depreciation account, your opening balance will be on the credit side. You have balance brought down here. You have balance brought down, then you write your amount. They will give you, or if there's a need to calculate it, you will calculate it, then you write it here. So sizobona ukuthi si calculate kanjani on the next video. So then what are we going to have now? We will have depreciations. We have depreciation. Then your document is GJ. You have another depreciation is GJ. Right? Don't worry, I will explain this. I will make another video whereby I explain how do you calculate the depreciations. For now, I don't want this video to be long. So I will make another video whereby I explain how to calculate depreciations. But for now, you have a depreciation, then you write that side. So then this side you have asset disposal. Asset disposal, then it's GJ, then you write your amounts. You understand it? Asset disposal, GJ, you write your amount. So then from there, you are done with your accumulated depreciation account. You only do the balance now. So you will have a balance carried down here. You write your amount, your amount, your amount. So this is a format for accumulated depreciation account. We are done. So then says here good debt account. The debt account is depreciation. So then this is depreciation. This is depreciation. Then this side always is a debit side. Then this side always a credit side. So how are we going to do it? It's not difficult. So from here, the only thing you are going to do for this the depreciation account, okay, it's simple. On the credit side, remember, good depreciation and asset disposal account, you don't have the balance brought downs like machinery and accumulated depreciation. So we don't have the balance brought downs. So here, let's start with the debit side. So here you'll have your accumulated depreciation. You'll have another accumulated depreciation here. You have your GJs. Then you have your amounts. So something like this, accumulated depreciation. So which are these accumulated depreciation? These depreciations. Look, here you just steal the heading. Look here, it's accumulated depreciation. Look here, it's accumulated depreciation, and the amounts should be the same. The amounts should be the same. Should be the same. So this amount is the same as these amounts. Just the thing now is heading, because here is this account is an accumulated depreciation account. So then we cannot have accumulated depreciation account there and here. So here it will be depreciation. Accumulated depreciation account, you will have depreciation. Then we are taking it exactly as they are. We are plugging it on the debit side under depreciation account. So here it changes the details. The details are now accumulated depreciation. But under accumulated depreciation account, the details was depreciation. But under depreciation account, the details are accumulated depreciation. Don't mix these things. So good depreciation account, always we will have accumulated depreciation in this side. So then on the credit side, what are we going to have? We are going to have profit and loss. Profit and loss. So we are going to have profit and loss. It's not difficult to get the amount for profit and loss. It's very easy. The first thing you're going to do, you are adding these two amounts. You add the first the accumulated depreciation. You add the second one. Then they will give you this amount. Then you are taking this amount exactly as it is. You are plugging it on the credit side. And this amount is going to be your amount for profit and loss. So this amount is your amount for profit and loss. Let me break down again. We have accumulated depreciation this side. You are adding these two amounts. They give you this amount, the same amount, because they should be equal. You are taking it to the credit side, and then from here is this one. Okay, let's do the last asset. The last asset is what? Is asset disposal. Asset disposal account. So this is the asset disposal account. Likewise, we have debit side here, we have credit side here. So what are we going to have under asset disposal account? The first thing on the credit side, let's first focus on the credit side. We will have accumulated depreciation. Then you have your amount here. So I'm going to show you how to calculate the accumulated depreciation on the. We will make another video, for example. For sure, it's going to be the next video. So you have your accumulated depreciation this side. So then what are we going to have now? We are going to have we are going to have bank. Remember, this is an asset disposal account. In other words, in this account, we are selling the asset. You remember? So in this account, to dispose is to sell. Asset disposal. In this account, we are selling the asset. So if we sold this asset for cash, then we are going to have bank, right? But if we sold this asset on credit, therefore we are going to have debtors control. Control. Then if it is bank, then it's CRJ. Then if it's debtors control, then it's TJ. Then this is your amount. Let me explain it again. You have your accumulated depreciation there. Then here you have your bank. If we sold this asset on for cash, then we are going to have bank. Our document is CRJ. If we sold it for on credit, then it's debtors control. Let's go to the other side. Then here we will have our example as machinery. You have machinery. Then CJ. Where are you getting this amount? Where are you going to getting this machinery amount? It's simple. You turn back. You go to your machinery account. On your machinery account, remember, there was this asset. There was this thing called asset disposal. You are taking exactly as it is. You are taking to the. You plug it on the debit side here, but you only change the headings. It's no longer going to be asset disposal, but it's going to be a machinery. It's going to be machinery. So it's going to be machinery. So then here you'll have your profit. You'll have your profit, and this GJ, you write your amount. So should it happen, Guti sends the e-loss, then e-loss is going to be recorded on the credit side. If we are not given a loss, if we don't have a loss, then it's fine. You don't write loss. But if you have a loss, then you are recording it on the credit side. In the statement, they will tell us that we made a profit or loss. If they didn't specify, or if they didn't tell us that we made a profit or loss, then we consider it as what? as a profit. They will tell us in the statement, but for now it's a profit. But if they tell us Kuti we made a loss, then you record the loss this side is Shiche, then you write your amount. From there, this is your format. From there, you add this amount, they give you this, and remember this one, these two, they should be equal. These two amounts should be equal. Yeah, thank you very much. Let's meet on the next video.